Hey, so it's not an e-commerce platform, it's a data theft application. Tell me about that.
Pretty scary language. I posted about it. It's a good headline. Arkansas Attorney General filed a lawsuit against TEMU. And if you're a parent of, let's just say, a tween, or maybe older, maybe younger, you've heard of TEMU. Think of it as like a marketing platform where you can buy lots of things that maybe younger people like, maybe older people like. That's just my context. For like $4 for just really, really inexpensive. There's a lot of marketing around TEMU, and what Arkansas alleges is this app is spyware. And you download it when you download it onto your phone, it reconstitutes itself and accesses your contacts, photos, and overrides your privacy settings. So there's a whole lot going on with that. But essentially, they're saying you are acting unlawfully. And also, we think you're essentially another Chinese from China trying to access Americans' data.
I have so many questions. And they're selling it, right? Are they selling? Is it an advertising model on the data, or are they?
It's data monetization, right? They've got eyeballs. They want to be able to advertise. There's nothing wrong with that. It's the how do you get there? That's what's regulated in the US.
Oh, so it's so fascinating. I saw your post on it this morning. So first of all, how are they doing it? I mean, is it even a thing that you could on an Apple device? I guess
well, they got kicked off. They got kicked off of Apple's app platform, right? There's pretty strict privacy obligations and attestations that you have to do as an app. So they got bounced. You can also get to TEMU on web, and you can download it on certainly other platforms.
And is it unusual that the Arkansas AG went straight to suing them?
Well, my experience, right, usually with legitimate companies, there's a non-public investigation. It starts with a letter, maybe a phone call, maybe a subpoena, and there's a lengthy process of providing information, providing documents. Usually you either make your case that you have not violated the law and the investigation informally, quietly closes, or they give you a draft complaint and you end up with a settlement. And once the settlement is finalized, that is what becomes publicly available and announced. And it has the complaint, what they alleged, and then the settlement with what you're going to do to make it better. Here, it's just a lawsuit. So that could have meant two things. Could have meant they tried the non-public investigation and the parties could not resolve it, or the AG thought it was such a harm happening that they had to go right to court to essentially stop it right away. And hard to know. I think it's the latter.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's so egregious.
These are just allegations, so we don't know what his version of the story is, but the allegations, they don't look great.
Yeah. Gotcha. All right. So what's the next step? What are we looking for?
What happens in the case, right? Is this going to be a lengthy litigated case? Let's see what how TEMU responds. Do they have an answer? Do they have a motion to dismiss? I think this is really going to rest on the facts, so it's probably not going to be resolved at that early stage called a motion to dismiss. So we shall see, but it's interesting. When we were going through the California regulations, there were a lot of examples about what's secondary purposes of data that a consumer does not reasonably expect, that are not proportionate, certainly not data minimization. And the flashlight example is one of the examples. It was an earlier FTC case where if you download a flashlight app, you're not expecting that flashlight app is going to access all of these other aspects in your phone, including your contacts, right? There's not a nexus there. And California mentioned that this is what I put in my post was, this is like the flashlight app on steroids, because it's accessing all sorts of things on your device, but then also reconstituting itself so that it could override your privacy settings, which arguably, I mean, that's a material factor.
Now, I have to ask, what about just every free internet product that gathers data to sell it for advertising? Like, where's consumer reasonable expectations on that? Are we just used to it? And
well, we're not banning monetization of data. I mean, that and that is the other terminology we talk about when you're an advertiser, you're advertising on a platform, you're the publisher, and being able to make money off of having advertisers advertise on your platform. There is nothing illegal about that. What I think this lawsuit is saying is consumers need to have notice about what data is being collected, how it's being used, with who it's being shared, and have an ability to control that. None of those factors were currently happening in the TEMU based on the allegations.
Gotcha. And that's what what was different here is they didn't, you actually made a privacy choice somewhere or in Apple, and these guys not only didn't respect it, allegedly went around it.